Cool. Welcome back to one of my solo episodes. I'm laughing in it because you can see the title. Listen, hear me out. I'm not that controversial, yeah? But I just want to talk about voting as a whole. If you want to fix your life today or have access to my free self-improvement guide, all links will be down below. So today we're going to be talking about, in my opinion, why you shouldn't vote. Quickly, I thought I'd do a disclaimer. It's not about what party you're with and who's right and who's wrong and creating this hostile environment where we argue to death about nothing. No, I haven't got time for that. So if that's you, please remove yourself right now. Thank you very much. Obviously, in regards to the last time I voted, yeah, I voted Labour. Does that mean I'm a Labour supporter? Not necessarily. Conservative. I've looked at other parties and nothing really resonates with me. I want people to understand that when you're at the top, you manipulate the rules. You are essentially, you can do the same thing as a typical abiding citizen and you can get away with it and they can't. You can say certain things possibly or express opinions where if the typical ordinary person did, they can't. They would get slandered for it whilst you'll be protected. But I kind of touch back to that event with Boris Johnson. You know, I'm laughing because I'm not here to slander a man, but we're looking at morals now. And express to me, please, how this works. Because, you know, maybe I'm a bit ill-advised and I would love to be educated about this a little bit more. But from what I've seen, especially at the time a while back, man's telling people that he didn't attend the party. He's saying he didn't indulge or into these sort of activities when there's photographic evidence of him there. Okay, let's just say maybe he wasn't there and somehow the photos being edited or something like that. How many numerous things have you seen from politicians saying certain things and never delivering? They always make promises and they don't. So that's why I'm just kind of like, why am I going to get involved in this? You know, you lot can go over there and kind of agree and understand these empty promises, but I always know and I understand that the people at the top, yes, they will have interest in us, but it's only always for their own benefit. Because if you could click your fingers and switch positions right now and become an MP, okay, that's the best job, but become someone of that caliber where you're involved in an environment where it's very scarce, right? You're gonna make certain things favorable to you and your circumstance so you can benefit. We're all selfish to an extent. We all are. Whether you like to admit it or not, you always should kind of look after yourself first. Because if you don't, you're gonna suffer. Self-interest will always be at their heart, and if you can't understand that, and if you honestly think they always care about the public and everything like that, yes, they care to an extent, as I've said, but first and foremost is themselves. Boris Johnson knows that if he resigns, he's probably gonna lose credibility. He might get a lower position. I'm not sure how the parliament works exactly, but there's probably less money, less importance, less spotlight on him, less essentially of a legacy. Of his quality of life will probably drop, right? I mean, if you're in one of the most powerful positions in the world, or at least in our country, essentially, are you really gonna get rid of that after you work countless years and grind to get up to that position? No, you're gonna do anything to hold on to it. You're gonna bite and claw at anything and manipulate certain things and flip it on his head to make you be seen in this way, to do anything to get the heat off you. If he was a man of the people, ethics, kind of like Jeremy Corbyn, and I'm not to say we're supporting, I know young people like him and everything, but I remember when obviously Labour lost the election, got obliterated essentially, you know, he felt like he wasn't the right person to take this party forward regardless of his self-interest, and he said, yeah, I'll step down in it. And he went and put himself in an environment where he can say, maybe I can help my community this way. It's very hard to differentiate who's authentic and who's not. The majority of MPs and people in power aren't. They care about themselves first. But really with Jeremy Corbyn, I do get a sense of, you know, he does care about the community and the people wholeheartedly. And I don't see an ego there, which credits to him. Not say I'm a Labour supporter or anything, but I respect that, innit? The recurring idea I keep getting with voting is just like, why do I need to be a part of a party? Why is this right and everything else is wrong? Like, I don't understand. The same thing with kind of religion, and they're definitely going to touch upon that at the right time. Why do people feel like they can slander other religions when just because they follow one religion it means it's right and it's true? It's a belief, my friend. We should respect all parties and respect all religions the same. That's why you're never going to see me indulge with a guest and kind of go back and forth. We can talk about it as a surface thing, but those two topics essentially, they're very I'm right, you're wrong, let's just argue about nothing for hours. I don't have time for that personally. So if I just take it back to the voting, it's kind of like, I don't feel like I want to belong in a certain party and say this is right and everything's wrong. Like, why does my vote have to go somewhere? So I'd rather just be NA. I'd rather just be not applicable and say, yeah, cool, you don't vote, whatever, and not that my voice shouldn't be heard, because yeah, I'll speak to people and maybe I'll do a video of kind of like what I'm thinking, and you know, if I am edging towards a certain party for a reason, but I have to be wholeheartedly into it. And there's no party I look at and I say, yeah, I want to be a part of that, and I think this is good for me personally. There's just certain aspects of certain parties that you like, and you kind of want to pick and choose and create the best one. But with everything, there's pros and cons, right? And I just feel quite overwhelmed, and especially with the lies and the self-interest of people at the top. I mean, you got the person who's essentially your leader not even admitting that they did something when there's evidence. Like, do we all have mug on our forehead or something? I don't really understand what's going on here, and people creating a false image or something. If there's physical, visual evidence of you saying something or doing something when you're denying it, then come on now, we're not flipping 2 years old. Don't play us like dickheads, bro. So for me, it's just a bit too much. I mean, I do try and listen to Question Time and news of what's going on here and there, but not really. I would rather be a bit ignorant to it. And I know people probably think, typical kid doesn't care. No, but I honestly do care about myself, my family, and my future. But for me, like, at this moment in time, there's nothing that I'm really resonating with. So that's my opinion on why you shouldn't vote. Let me know what you lot think down below, if there's any parties that you really do like. Maybe you can drop a comment about some of the policies, or maybe even email, or come shout me on Insta about some of the things you found. I mean, I'm as a whole, and I can admit, no ego aside, quite ill-advised about this. But for the time being, and maybe at least the next few years, there's no party that I'm gonna vote for. And it is what it is. Whoever wins, respect them. We'll see where the country goes with that. But you know, there's a lot of emphasis on I'm right, you're right, this is the party, choose this, do that. No, I'll do what the hell I want. And maybe that's me linking to freedom and kind of being a bit different to society, a typical person in today's society. But you know, that's my opinion on that. I love to hear what everyone says. Love and guidance, and I hope you all look after yourself. See you in the next. If you want to fix your life today or have access to my free self-improvement guide, all links will be down below.